Hey YouTube, Gary here. So this is my 1 month review of the Amico Power 50 amp plasma cutter. I've got about roughly 16 hours on the machine so far. I had a job cutting up some stainless and some aluminum. The aluminum was only 1/4 inch thick. The machine did amazing. The stainless was 1/8 inch thick stainless. There were these big panel pieces that I had to cut up. The machine did excellent, no hiccups. The only issue that I had was on the ground clamp. This screw here that holds in the copper piece here, that did come loose. No big deal. I just tightened it back up and went again. When I did tighten it up, it kind of flared out the stamped steel ground clamp. Again, no big deal. If it's something that's gonna be a problem later on, I can always change the ground clamp. That's no big deal. Other than that, the machine ran perfect. No hiccups. It didn't stop. I never even hit overheat mode. I was running the machine at 40 amps, and at 40 amps, it's got 100% duty cycle. Again, amazing. What else can I say about the machine? I mounted it on this cart. So for portability and everything, it's been awesome. Online, the machine came with 2 tips and 2 electrodes and 2 cups. I went ahead and ordered, it was like a 50-piece tip and cup and electrode kit. I think it was like $24 or something like that online. It was for the AG60 plasma torch. In those roughly 16 hours, I went through 2 tips, 2 electrodes, and I opted to change the cup. The cup was in good shape, but as inexpensive as these are, I want to change them all. That way they're fresh, new, ready to go for the next cut. What else can I say? I got a few burn marks in the ground clamp, as it would happen. I don't know if you can see there. There's a few of them down the line. As far as length on the torch and the ground clamp, wasn't too bad. You know, it can always be maybe be a little bit longer, but I really didn't have a problem with it with these lengths. Again, it's a 13-foot torch lead, 10-foot ground clamp lead. I got a comment. I appreciate all your comments. I got a comment on my setup, my air supply, and a dryer. I do run the machine through an air dryer. Plasma cutters do not like water. So I had an older air dryer. It's a Harbor Freight air dryer that I bought many years ago when I used to paint cars. And I thought, perfect, I'll use that dryer for the plasma cutter. So I'll give you a little rundown of how I got it set up, my air compressor, and that way you know how I'm running the machine. So this is the air dryer. It's from Harbor Freight. It's quite a few years old, and it's had a lot of air ran through it. No problems with it at all. As you can tell, it is pretty old. Works amazing. Again, it's a older Harbor Freight air dryer. Hasn't given me any problems. I got the machine mounted on the cart. I just took a couple shelf brackets and then mounted it to the cart, and then with the little screw right there, I mounted the machine to the cart. That way I could move it around and the machine won't fall off or, you know, get damaged. So you have to plug in the air dryer, and then you run your air in and then your air out to the machine. Pretty simple. And it's worth the money because you don't want your plasma cutter to have wet air. Now the plasma cutter does come with a built-in air water separator, you know, just in case, but I suggest an air dryer just to keep the machine always running at its peak performance. So here's my setup. Again, the air dryer I mounted on the bottom. Harbor Freight. And then I'll show you my compressor setup. So this is my compressor setup. It's 5 horsepower. It's a big machine, or a big compressor. I used to paint, so this is what I use to paint. I believe it's a pretty close to a 200-gallon 175 tank, and then a 5 horsepower motor. So again, that's my setup. And I also got another comment on warranty. So this machine %100% satisfaction guarantee. If you have any problems, take it back, ship it back, and they will help you on that. It does have a 7-day. If you try it, you don't like it, it doesn't exceed your expectations, you can send it back and they'll give you your money back. It's got a 90-day warranty against any defects. Anything happens to the machine, it blows up, catches fire, you're not happy with it, send it back and they'll give you a refund. So that's pretty cool. They really stand behind their product. There's a great team over there. When I met them, just seem to be great people that stand behind their product. Again, I'm not endorsing them. I happened to run across them on the internet, and they were close to me and my hometown. So if I had any problems, I can just run over there, take it back, anything, if there was any problems. But when I put my name out there, I like a good product. They really took their time and you know, with the stickers and how it looks and everything. It's been a great machine. So like I said, I've used it for a month, about 16 hours on it. No problems. I never hit the overheat function on it. Just normal wear and tear stuff. And then, like I said, the bolt was the only issue. Just tighten it up, and that was it. Other than that, the machine ran flawlessly. I did run the machine only in 220, just because it's easier for me. That way, I've got everything set up and all that. So for me, it was easy. I did try it in 110. It seemed to work okay. Again, I was doing a little bit thicker material and just wanted to get through the material quick, so I ran it on 220. Other than that, it's been a great machine. I'm going to keep using it. I'm going to keep putting reviews on out there. If I have any problems with it, anything happens, I'll post new videos. So subscribe, comment, ask me any questions. I think later on I'll do a couple of videos of me actually cutting a lot of material. That way you can actually really see it in action. I've got a couple other videos that show me cutting just a couple pieces of what it can do. But I wanted to use it for a while and really see what the machine can or can't do. So far, I'm very happy with it. No complaints. For shop use, the average everyday person, it's a great machine. It's very inexpensive, which is always good. You know, this day and age, everybody's on a budget, so we'd like to get a good deal and a good product as well. Other than that, it's been an excellent machine, no complaints, and I'll post more videos as I use the machine more and more, and yeah, keep using it and keep seeing how she's running. I appreciate, comment, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Again, I appreciate it. Comment, whatever. Yeah, I appreciate everything. Great product. Hopefully there's many more years to come. Thanks, YouTube. Gary here.